Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for December 23rd to the 29th. Virgo, this week we have a strong message from the universe with the No Oracle card. We have the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, Five of Swords, the Hermit, beautiful Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles for you. So, interesting energy. You are being called not to make any major decisions this week, Virgo. Now, we are, in the last week of the year. So I really feel that some of us are a little bit in the space in between. And it is a time to be, more reflective, to pause, to not take action, to think about, the year and the successes, the things that we've released, all of those kind of things. And, getting into that sort of space before we move forward and take action in 2020. So before we go to the tarot cards, I'm just going to read out that oracle card for you, Virgo. No, wait, postpone, pause. You're being called to either pause or say no. Saying yes to something that isn't in alignment with you will drain your energy and your time. Hold out for an aligned yes. Often when we are looking for guidance to make a decision, it can be frustrating not to move into clear and considered action. However, timing is everything, and not receiving clear guidance is actually guidance in itself. We all go through times known as waiting periods. These are crucial for our body to regenerate, the new path to formulate, and the universe to begin creating things on our behalf. You don't need to be ploughing forward all the time to move forward. A potent yes, when the time is right, will put you ahead leaps and bounds. Don't force things now just because it seems like the only option. Take a breather and wait. Yeah, so you are in the space in between at the moment, Virgo. It's saying it's okay to have a week where you don't take action, where you just process things, where you just enjoy times with friends and family if you're celebrating and that kind of thing. And also reflecting on the situations that you might have released as well in 2019. In your recent past situation here, we have the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. So for me, this is like, some of you might be moving out of a period recently where, you did have certain worry over maybe, conflicting situations, a sense of strife, whether in the workplace, whether in relationships, or whether internally as well. Some of you may even have had tower moments relating to the situation and needed to release people, lovers, friends. There was a massive purging that happened, near the end of 2019 or building up to. So some of you might have had to release situations that you thought were going to be in your life for some time to come. However, if you are, raising into that 5D consciousness, things naturally do fall away and we can't hold on to them. So, through going through that process of releasing situations that are no longer aligned, it could have been difficult for you, it could have been challenging, and other parties could even have tried to start conflict with you. If they might have wondered why the situation was falling apart, could have been starting arguments and that sort of thing, harsh communications. Five of Swords really is that kind of conflict card, but five is also the number of change. So it's about transmuting this energy of what we've left behind, into change energy and then embracing that. And the Nine of Swords can talk about, the worry associated with these situations, the stress of it, overthinking, overanalyzing, keeping us up at night, causing a sense of despair, maybe even depression or anxiety for some of us. You might not understand fully what's been happening, what's been unfolding in your life, because it's usually only as we move forward and we look back with hindsight that we can connect the dots and see it. So we need to not, get caught up in these situations, and also not to attach to the past. Otherwise, then we find ourselves in Five of Cups energy where we're missing present opportunities because we're attached to the past. So we must stay in the present, and staying in the present moment is the antidote to anxiety and overanalyzing, because that is connecting with the past. The Five of Swords can be a card of victory, but it's victory that comes at a cost. So we want to make sure that we're not engaging in any kind of fighting energy, petty arguments, gossip, politics, that sort of thing. And, to be the bigger party, to know when to put down the swords, to know when to walk away, to know when a situation is done and when time's up. Yeah, I feel like that's the recent past for some of you, coming out of a challenging situation. But this week it's all about, going inwards. And I think this is why we have that No Oracle card here this week. It's not really a time to be, operating in the external realm of taking action, of making big life decisions. It's a time to reflect, to go within, to be introspective this week, to think about, what's happened over the course of the year, to sort of unpack that, and then get ready to move forward, in the weeks after this week. The Hermit is your card, Virgo. So I think this is about reconnecting with yourself again, reconnecting with your inner wisdom. I'm seeing that Ace of Pentacles as you connecting with your inner gifts, reconnecting with your higher self, or coming back to yourself so that then you can get to be in that place where you can receive the universal gifts again. The Hermit can be about needing to go in and within and connect with your inner wisdom in order to determine what the path forward is. And it's through that healing and that restoring process that's when that becomes apparent. So you can see the link to the star energy in the lantern that the Hermit holds here. But at the start, when you start to sort of start reflecting on trying to understand what's happened in the past and what may happen in the future, that star is burning quite dimly. But as you heal and as you really, reconnect with your sense of self, that star is going to burn more brightly, and the path forward is going to be illuminated more and more. So this Hermit can take more than just a shuffle forward. He can really start to move forward in leaps and bounds. So that's what it's about this week, reconnecting with yourself, maybe reconnecting with your sense of spirituality as well. And, when you have gone through that process, Virgo, that's when you can then see the universal gifts that are trying to be offered to you. Because the Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe that comes in after somebody has had to maybe scale some metaphorical mountains, walk a path. It is kind of like the reward after going through a difficult time. It could actually be some kind of offer of finance, some kind of monetary gift. It is the giving season after all. Some of you might find a new sense of restored stability and security after going through this process of rebalancing internally and reconnecting with your higher self. So that's the focus for you this week, Virgo. And, through that process, I think you're really going to become whole again. And once you've gone through that process in the near future, that's when it's going to be all about taking action and forward movement for you. You'll know when the time is right to get back out there, reconnect with your external realm and charge forward like this Knight of Wands. I mean, this Knight of Wands is, a passionate, fiery knight. He's all about inspired action, enthusiasm for life, seizing the day, the new opportunities. Can be a passionate new offer as well. It's also talks about a great time past this week or towards the end of the week to think about new manifestations, to set your goals for 2020, to consider, the things that you want to manifest into your physical reality. That's what it can be about, that Knight of Wands, because we see you, moving forward to not only happier times, but the ultimate of emotional fulfillment, joy, love, and harmony under that Ten of Cups. So, this process, even though it might be a little bit challenging, Virgo, is to lead you to your best life here with that Ten of Cups. Maybe meeting a soulmate in 2020. For those of you that are in relationships, deepening it, deepening the commitment, maybe getting engaged or married, maybe starting a family, buying your first home, moving into your dream home. That's what that Ten of Cups can be. And, it all is going to come in after you've gone through the periods of release, the introspection, and then, you'll know when it's time to be like that Knight of Wands and to charge back out there into life with a sense of enthusiasm, restored spirituality, with a higher vibration that's really going to help you attract in the gifts and the offerings and opportunities that align with you in the next year. So Virgo, that's what I have for you. I hope it's a beautiful week for you. Maybe avoid taking the big decisions if you can, although you have free will, of course. You can make those big decisions, not saying anything bad is going to happen, just saying that maybe if you can hold off, it might be better energetically the week after. It is a general reading, guys, so keep in mind it won't be for every Virgo out there. Feel free to leave me a comment because I always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. I wish you all the best for the week, and for those of you celebrating, have a beautiful time with friends and family and loved ones, and I'll see you back here next year for plenty more readings.